Hello everybody, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Miranda and today I'm going to be discussing the first episode of Sunday Spy Club, which is the new D&D series from Pixel Circus. Funny thing about this is I was actually opening up the YouTube app the other day and something wild that rarely happened in that YouTube recommended me something I was actually interested. As soon as I saw the word Spy Club coupled with the monochromatic, totally spies looking outfits they had on, I was sold. I was completely down for the count and I was so excited to see this start. Now I am a Dimension 20 girly through and through, so there are some people that I recognize, but it is kind of usually a rotating cast of characters, so to expand to Pixel Circus has been a really fun experience. Before this started, I actually checked out the Barbie one-shot they had done last year during the strike to raise money for the strikers. It was really, really fun and really, really cute, and their set design is immaculate. First of all, let's talk about the set design for this alone. So the whole thing is Spy Club, but also Y2K, which literally if you were gonna take an idea from my brain and be like, let's make a D&D campaign specifically for me, that's what it would be, okay? I grew up on Totally Spies. I specifically remember that I had this lip gloss from Claire's that I loved, and I loved it because it looked like lipstick, right? So it was like the lipstick kind of tube. The bottom could screw off, and then that was actual lip gloss that you could put on, and then the top, which was like the lipstick itself, was plastic. You could pull that off, and it was a pen. And it was the sickest thing ever because my favorite weapon that they had on Totally Spies was the laser lipstick. So I literally felt like a spy. We would play on the playground. I remember elementary school. I was always Sam, even though I'm not a redhead, but I just felt like she's who I identified with the most, okay? And I just always have a special place in my heart for Totally Spies. So for someone to be like, we're gonna take that idea and run with it and make it into a full-fledged campaign has me so excited. And then the Y2K aesthetic has been coming back in bulk, and I feel like I wasn't fully able to appreciate it when I was first growing up because I feel like I didn't have a lot of my own money at the time. I was a little bit on the younger side, so it was more fantasizing about an inflatable blow up clear chair. I really, really wanted the lit phone when I was little because my Bratz dolls had one and I wanted one of my own. I remember asking for my birthday for a landline to be put in my room specifically so I could have my own phone line. It's wild to think of the world and the things that were exciting back then, but the Y2K aesthetic is coming full back in and I love it. I think we didn't appreciate it for what it was at the time. So the set design for this is immaculate. It absolutely transports you into that time period. I'm used to kind of tables, a more structured set, so I really like the idea that they're kind of on these couches. You're always noticing cute stuff. They have a PlayStation, but it's an old-fashioned, an older PlayStation, but the colors are perfect. They've got the compact mirrors, which as we all know are great for deflecting lasers and such. Even their laptops have fun flower stickers that you would kind of see. I can't remember if it was Totally Spies or not, but there was definitely some cartoon that literally had a flower-shaped table like that growing up. So it's just really, really immersive and fun. And of course we have our 4 soon-to-be spies. So I knew Becca Scott obviously as Penny Luckstone on the 7, which she is amazing in that. I knew Mika Burton because I had watched part of her arc on Critical Role. So they obviously all have their own color. The 4 spies are Tinsley, our kind of leader, I would say. Green is Sam's color in Totally Spies, and I think Tinsley does seem like the leader, even though she is more kind of quiet. And what I really like about Tinsley, and I have to give full credit to the player for this, is I really think it's easy sometimes to make a D&D character that's so charismatic, or even if they're not charismatic, they're awkward, but they're kind of loud and they talk a lot and stuff like that. And not any shame to that, but I just think that's kind of a way we see a lot of D&D characters where they're just chaos incarnated. I think it's harder sometimes to play a character who's more reserved and shy because people can construe it as they put onto the player of why is this person being quiet or why are they not standing up or something like that. And we saw that with Tinsley in the beginning. She was very quiet. We knew she was into the self-defense club, not the spy club, the self-defense club, because she was the one that had gotten everything kind of ready. She was the one that was there on time and stuff like that. So we knew that she was into this. She was just quiet, and seeing her flirt with Jordan, absolutely amazing. And I just think as a fellow shy girl myself, it was just very cute seeing someone who's so shy around other people, and then her best friends are hyping her up and being like, we know what your level of introvertedness is and we love you for it. I absolutely love that. Then we had Mal, played by the wonderful Becca Scott. She is the hacker kind of tech person, you would say. I don't think in Totally Spies they really had like that kind of role, because it was just like their gadgets were just made for them. It wasn't really like any one person was better at like hacking or stuff like that. But Mal is the quote-unquote tech person, and I love her. She is very one determined focus, and seeing everything that she was kind of going through with discovering all this technology that E has was just so fun, because I think Becca played it perfectly of like literally someone who this is their dream. Like you're inviting them into like the house that they would absolutely love to live in. So seeing her distracted by everything was just so funny and cute, and I love Mal so much. And it is also funny to play a hacker in a Y2K kind of era, because it's like everything she had to have had to be circa that era. So it's like she can't be like hacking the mainframe with like all these different laptops and stuff. So the way she like described having like kind of like a rigged up GameCube and like a sidekick and stuff like that, I thought was really cute to like continue to immerse you in that world and in that time period. Then we had Astoria, who already owns my whole heart. I love Astoria. I love a mean girl with like a heart of gold in a way of like kind of Regina George, kind of not that bad, but just like, I'll protect my friends. I know Regina George kind of threw them under the bus, but I feel like in like updated versions of it, you see where like she really like tries to protect them. But just kind of that of it's like, you know, cross me, you'll regret it. Cross my friends, you're dead. You know, like I just love how she interacted with everything and how she wields her influence and her power and everything like that. She also has a dog, which is adorable. I love Waldorf with my whole heart, and I love anytime the DM like starts to like interact as Waldorf. It's so adorable, and I just love, yeah, like her being the one to pull out the pin in that whole scene with the Gatorade and like just chop that guy down. I love it so much. I love a baddie who like will protect her friends to no end. It's so cute to me. And then Summer, what can I say about Sage? Okay, listen, I fell in love with her through Barbie, obviously. That was the first one where she played Surveillance Barbie, and I am really in love with Sage. I think they are so cute and so awesome. They are playing Summer, who is kind of more, I would say, on Astoria's level of like, you know, kind of extroverted, very into the club and everything like that. They're going to pre-law, so they're going to be a lawyer. I like the dynamic of how it's split up, of Mal and Tinsley kind of being the more introverted in a way. I think Mal is extroverted, but just about the things that she's interested in, whereas Summer and Astoria are kind of this couple of like, hey, like they can be more shy, so we're going to be the guard dogs to protect them. I think it's just so cute and amazing. I love, love, love the gadgets too, and I love the fact that they're getting actual, for real, tangible gadgets. Like when they were told to look under their seats and then they all pulled out their own little gadget, I was flabbergasted. And I've already talked about how I love a laser lipstick. Like if I had a genie, if I had 3 wishes, asking for laser lipstick would absolutely be one of them. Forget flying cars, forget like any of this like AI stuff we're doing. I just want to live in a world where there's laser lipstick, okay? I remember when I went away to college, there was like a site where you could buy different pepper sprays or something, and literally one of them was lipstick pepper spray, and if it hadn't been illegal to carry in the state I was going to, you best believe I was buying that, because it was going to fulfill all of my Totally Spy needs, even though hopefully I would have no use for it. So they had the laser lipstick, which is amazing, and I also love the added detail that it kind of aims, it's true aim, like whatever you're aiming for, it goes to. We then had the hairbrush of like enchantment, basically, which I think is so cute, just like brushing your hair and then like someone gets cast, I think it's Fast Friends they cast or something. Then we also had the cuff bracelet, which lets you walk. That was definitely a Totally Spy. It wasn't a cuff, I feel like, in Totally Spy, but I feel like their heels were some kind of like suction heels where they could walk around, so like that felt very it to me. I also love, I have to give credit to the DM for this, for coming up with the ideas of like making these realistic, I mean realistic in a way like, sadly, laser lipstick does not exist, as I've said, but instead of like being like, oh, you're actually like casting spells, they made it like a tech thing of like, oh, we've invented this thing so you can cast magic missile. Because obviously like Fantasy High and stuff like that takes place in like a quote-unquote modern world, and that it's not like wizards and like long robes and stuff like that and like ancient old days, but they're still casting spells. They still exist in a world where magic is real. So I like taking that even a step farther and being like, hey, we're in this world that's like real and you recognize it, and there isn't magic, it's actually tech. Because I feel like tech and magic, obviously you can make the comparison of like alchemy versus science and stuff like that, so it makes a lot of sense in that way, and I just think it's such a cute addition of like everything they're doing, like how they explain of like even like searching databases was like doing Identify or something like that, you know? And I feel like it was just really fun way to make it so it's like, oh yeah, they have magic, but it's not them like literally throwing spells and like taking you out of this immersion of like a spiral. It's like literally their tech is their magic. I think that was just such a brilliant choice, and I'm so excited to see what happens. I also have to say the bad guy being named Midge definitely reminded me, one, of Midge. I think her name's Midge, but it's like very similar, the name, in Riverdale. If you know, you know. And two, the description reminded me so much of Arnold's cousin from Magic School Bus. I was like, this is freaking Janet, isn't it? And I was so annoyed. So we didn't actually get to meet her, but I'm very excited to see what her whole deal is going to be like. I just love the four core, these girls, so much. I love that they all have like their own little preppy aesthetic, and their own color, and everything is like matched to their color. I also love just their friendship in general, like how they were all so supportive of Tinsley when she was like flirting with Jordan, even though it was like the most awkward, like relatable flirting that you could see. I loved too at the end when they had these giant beds and the hot tub and this perfect apartment kind of, and they all decided to share one bed for a sleepover, and they had the bed for like eating, the bed for a sleepover. Like, it just felt very like, you know, when you're with your friends, especially like middle school, high school time, and it's like just, there's not really a super big, like, there's no problem that can't be solved by just hanging out with your friends and just being like, okay, we're here, we're gonna figure it out together. And I am so excited to see what's gonna happen. It is obviously very dangerous. 3 people straight up might have died. It's still unclear. I don't know if they just got knocked out or if they did die. I'm also very nervous for them because they said like it's not safe to go back to their apartment or stuff, so I wonder how like undercover stuff is gonna work, since obviously Midge is out and looking for them. I did love the end. I always love, I think the first time I saw this was Abria doing it in EXU actually, funnily enough, but when you're kind of like at the end, you're like, so the players don't see this, but here's what's happening with like someone else or the villain. So seeing, I presume, Midge looking at all those blue screens, I presume looking for the 4 of them and not finding them anywhere and being like, crap, is like such a good way to end it, and like just makes it feel more like an action movie. Like, it's just, I love it. Like, I'm watching this and I'm literally like have the biggest grin on my face because I'm like, this is, again, if I was like, someone please make a campaign specifically targeted towards me, this is it. And you pick the 4 perfect players to play. You pick the perfect DM. You've got the perfect set. It's just like, oh, I'm so excited to see what's going to happen. So it's 4 parts. This is the first episode, and them kind of being introduced to E and everything, and finding out about Midge and what they're looking for with the super suit schematics, if you will. So I'm really excited. I'm also nervous, obviously, because I don't want them hurt and seen. Again, 3 people, Jordan thankfully made it. Is it bad that like they were dropping like flies and I was literally like, not Jordan? Like, I was like, everyone else I don't have an emotional investment in yet, but Jordan and Tinsley, I need to see where that goes. Oh, I also love Brittany, how she's just like down. She's like, yeah, Jordan's my best friend, we don't like each other like that, but like, if he likes you, like, I will definitely set you up, girl. Like, I just love that and how cute that was. So yeah, I'm excited to see what else is going to happen. If you have seen the first episode of Sunday Spy Club, please feel free to leave your thoughts about it down in the comments and what you thought of the first episode and the girls. I'm absolutely loving it so far, and I cannot wait to see what happens. So yeah, make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!